us roar! Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing with Eshki, Temur's Roar. This is a Temur creature that will be growing in size whenever you cast a creature, and drawing you cards if that creature has a power 4 or more, and dealing damage equal to or power to your opponent if the card you're casting has a power of 6 or more. And that does include cards that you are evoking out, or cards that may not seem like they have 6 power, but totally do on the stack. This is a deck that has a lot of great synergy between big stompy creatures. Whether we're discounting our big stompy creatures, giving them some haste and a little bit of trample, or just discounting our creatures like with Galta, we're going to get big. We're going to get stompy, and we're going to deal a lot of damage. As you might expect from a Temur stompy deck, the first part of the deck is ramp. We ramp up to our big stompy things. Then we play our big stompy things. This deck is actually not running as many of like the 3-drop, 6-power creatures as it could, because it's more focused on the high-value 5 and 6 cost creatures that we have in these colors, and even some colorless ones, because did you know if you warp something out, you're still casting it, so you're still going to get triggers for Eshki. In this deck, we also have a couple ways to increase Eshki's power using things like Xenagos or Defiler Vigor, or even proliferating with the Dreamtide Whale, so she deals even more damage on cast. If you happen to be stalemating with your opponent, all you need to do is cast the card and burn them all the way to 0 life. So let's take Eshki into the queue and show them our roar! Jodah, the Unifier, 5-color legends. I got some legends here too. Only have a little bit of card draw, a lot of ramp, but that's fine because maybe I'll be able to get in a hit with my funny little monkey. It's turn 1 ramp. It enables turn 2 Eshki. It's also Ragavan. Good card. I like that Sarkhan. He's looking good. He's looking good over there. Jodah's just all about like playing tons of legendary creatures because he's an all-in-one engine. You play legends, you get more legends, and all of these cause you to buff more. I would like the Stomping Grounds to start, please. Chalk it in. Here's a monkey. Boop boop. I showed you my Ragavan. They did say hello. I'll say hello. Hi. Yes! Go, my monkey! It was a land. I feel that because I would like to get the extra mana here, I am gonna go for this. I'm gonna be naming human. Yeah, I want to ramp so I can double spell next turn. Because this way I'd be able to play Eshki and then play Topiary Stomper. And then draw and make this bigger. Ooh, Lavinia. I can't cast non-creature spells with mana granter greater than the number of lands that I control. Well, great news for my current lineup of cards. I'm good. Ooh, let me attack first, though. Go, my Ragavan! You gonna trade? Okay, that's fine. I'll have like 1 extra mana floating here. Ooh, a Hexing Squelcher. I will get blue. Whoop, stomping the Topiaries. Aw, he's a plant dinosaur. I wonder if this is Jodah humans. When I built Jodah, I built him as humans, just to be like, Legends is too many cards. Well, that's definitely not a human. That's a Tam. Tam's great with Jodah, though, for the, like, big protection. Gotta make Eshki bigger. Do some surveilling. What do we got? Uro, huh? I'll cast that twice. Bigger Eshki. Slam a jam a ding dong. I have so much mana I'm not using here. Shall I? Voice of Plenty, going to give them some hexproof. This is non-targeting, it's just each opponent. This is designed for Commander, because it was from a Commander thing. Alright, Eshki, blast him. Ooh, Rhythm of the Wild. If I fetch and surveil into the graveyard, I can give you haste. And bring you out this turn, so I'm going to do that. I do have one more surveil land. Hedge Maze? Sorry, Goblin. Tap. 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 Rhythm. I can actually, I think, go... Oh, I can't go Rhythm into Gwenna. But I can do this. One heck of a hit. Yeah, we were definitely the the fast play here with this handful of ramp. Oh, hi, Terrafeeks. You're fun. Swinging in with everyone. Since, I think it's lethal. Just a little. Got Tam, got Shalai. I got 6 damage still going through. GG, Jodah. Ugin, Eye of the Storms. I ran into one of these just a bit ago. This hand, I do have turn 1 ramp into turn 2 ramp. I don't have anything for Eshki, and a board wipe's not going to be very helpful against Ugin, so I'm going to mulligan. And this is no turn 1 ramp. Do have some nice value over time, and Kogla can destroy things. This is totally a matter of, like, what can I get on turn 2 off the turn 1 Windswept Heath? Going into the Surveil, we'll find out. Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a ramp off. It looks like they're going for a couple extra mulligans here. Commercial District. It's a land. I'll take it. I'll start on turn 3. Ghost Quarter. Okay. A Zelfrin Void, a Mind Stone. Oh, they're ramping. One, two. I'm trying to decide how I want to go for it. I'm going to go Eshki. Eshki's fairly safe against Ugin until they get to 7 mana. Then it's going to be gone. Ooh, Flesh Raker. Refunds mana. Actually gets them free mana, too. Get him, Eshki. This did turn this into an artifact, which turned on Mox Opal. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A land brings them to 7. Now they get themselves an ingot. And a Palantir. Orb. I do love Orb. No, I'm losing life. What do you got? Solemn Simulacrum. Okay. Kogla kills little mana. Trailblazer lets me tie together more cards, though. I'm short on doing this into anything, but this gets me more cards in a row. Yeah, all right. Trailblazer it is. Yeah, but I need the Kogla to have the haste off like Surik and Gorklaw. which is why I'm doing it like this. Let's go. Let's go. Grist the Hunger Tide. Will sacrifice bugs, make bugs, and kill my creatures. And planeswalkers if I had them. I have one planeswalker in the deck. Kiora. She counts. I have ramp in this hand, so that's good. Where are my big creatures? Who knows? I'm happy to have the ramp in the opening hand, but it is sometimes really weird where it's like, huh. I know I have big chunkers in this deck. Wonder where they're at. Where's my chunklers? Oracle's great for chunkling. Helps reduce the cost of other chunks. A swamp. And a reanimated Troll of Khazad-dûm. Badgermole Cub. Get a counter. Or put on Otawara. Forclaw, draw me a card. Yeah, it's a big troll. It's a big boy. It's got Super Menace, right? Yeah, Super Menace. Start attacking in. I'm not really eyeing a triple block there. So I have a lot of different targets here. So Grist is just making a bug. But I have big trample. Oh, hey, the one planeswalker in the deck. Yay. Kiora. Blue. Okay. So you're enough on your own. The +1/+1 and trample. Nice. And I can also play Hexing Squelcher, but I don't really think I need to. I think I'll untap Eshki just because Eshki. Yeah, it's like I could untap Birds of Paradise and play Hexing Squelcher, but if they had Damnation, I feel like that would just make things worse for me. Invasion of Ikoria. Getting Vampire Hexmage. Counters can be removed from Eshki. Oh yeah, well, bonk. Or I guess Kiora, but like... until I draw another chunker, doesn't do much. Does have first strike, though. I'm just going in with everything anyway. Nah, just the big boys. I didn't do the math on if it was lethal. Probably should have. Like, yeah, attacking with these probably would have been lethal. Oh, wait, they can do it on Zilortha. I forgot it wasn't just ones that your opponent controls. Yeah, I should have gone in with everyone. Nice. I don't know. I can play the Cavern of Souls. Like, I have a land. They have a giant dinosaur. Oh, they're inquiring. Inquisition of Kozilek sees my Cavern of Souls. Formidable Speaker will discard and tutor. And if they have more reanimation, which it does feel kind of like they got reanimate-y stuff. They already did the, like, Death on Troll. You drop the land. What do you get? What is the card? Lone Wolf. You got Yawgmoths in that deck? Just wondering if you got Yawgmoths in that deck. Cool. Doesn't matter. I put the Xenagos on the stack, and Eshki is just like, hey. Toph, greatest earthbender, is going to be earthbending some lands, attacking with them, giving them double strike. Now, this hand also has some earthbending. In fact, it has some great ramp, but it has nothing but ramp. I'm going to keep this and hope that I draw some of my big creatures so I can draw some cards. But, like, this is a good start because it gets me a ton of mana. I will, Halfling is, like, slightly better since I have Cub. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. But I would be... I'm not actually using up all my mana on these turns. I can either Kami of Bamboo Groves to get another land into play. I could have gone for the Eshki, but again, I don't have anything other than giving her some counters. I have the Stump Stomp. I can kill Delighted Halfling or Birds of Paradise. But that's not going to stop Toph from animating any lands. I'm going to go for this Hedge Maze. Actually, I didn't quite have the colors for that. All right, River Regent's not bad. Something that's unfortunate is it won't be able to bounce land creatures. This can only hit non-land permanents. But I got 2, 4, 6, 7 mana. That's the number the kids like. And I got some chump blockers. Oh, except they have an unblockable double striking land. That'll hurt. If I kill Toph, there's a chance that they're able to play her again. And then that Secret Tunnel kills me even faster. I don't really want to play the River Regent unless I have follow-up. I also can't right now. Yeah, this is Eshki. She has the Secret Ward. Yeah, the Secret Ward is that it hurts to hit her. I need the double blue. This gets me double blue for next turn. And I can Stump Stomp, but I think I should wait and hit the Secret Tunnel. Death by Secret Tunnel. Her ward is that she just earthbends more. Oh, okay. I need more information. We surveil. I could technically have, like, coil and catched there. But no, I think that Meringue River Regent into Stump Stomps will be fine. I think I have enough mana for that. As long as the Halfling lives, I do. Uh-oh. There's a Blinkmoth Nexus. So Blinkmoth Nexus is if Toph dies and they animate this, this can kill me in a single hit. This also will kill me in, like, one more hit. Do you remember the part where the Secret Tunnel became sentient and killed people? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that part was great. I'll hit Cabaret Revels and I guess Birds. I guess I could technically, like, hit my own Kami here, but it's not doing much either way. Or Badger Mole Cub. If I hit Cub, then I can use it again next turn, get more triggers on Meringue River Regent. Or, sorry, on Eshki. Great. This can can still make things unblockable if they get another human warrior or ally. But this is a bird and a hobbit citizen. Temur Battle Crier is so fun with Eshki. It gives you such a good discount in a Power Matters deck. Ooh, Mossborn Hydra. Yeah, that'll get me. Do I want the card draw first? Yeah, let's go for it. Didn't get anything too meaningful. Plaza of Heroes. Make Eshki bigger. I can't kill Toph or I die. I can still attack in the air and hope that, you know, Blink Moth doesn't take me out. I have a lot of creatures. Lots of them, look. And tons of mana, too. Ooh, here comes Ice Till. That's going to be real nasty on that Mossborn Hydra. This is going to go to 2, then to... Oh, no, they milled a fetch. I was going to say just to 4, but now it can go to 8 this turn. Also, Scootsworm is bugging. Alright, what 8 would I block with? I don't really want to reset Eshki, because getting just like 2 Bigums in a row would win me the game. I think I block with Fanatic of Ronus and just prevent the lethal. Yeah, I think it's not taking out the threat, it's just preventing me from dying. Because the bugs, I think, will kill me anyway next turn. Like bugs plus Ice Till. And in tragic news, didn't quite get what I needed there. I can activate Plaza of Heroes. Am I able to do this again? No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter. I'm dead. Yeah, lands, am I right? I actually had a problem in this deck where I did not draw lands. And I kept having the issue of every time I would like go to ramp, have these like abilities to put extra lands into play. I would not get my lands, and I would be like sitting there with like 8 drops in my hand and no mana to play them. Sometimes I wouldn't even get to 3 mana for SG, so I kept cutting cards and adding more lands until this deck had plenty. Okay, they're playing Boomy. Boomy can get them this secret tunnel attack. Finding the right balance between ramp and everything else when it comes to a playing big creatures deck, definitely tricky. And now they attack me, and it's lethal. Just in the first strike, it's lethal. GG Toph. Uharis, the Storm Spinner. They can't play him right away, but once they are able to play him, oh, they will be laying out the hurt. I don't have the ability to play Eshki on turn 2 here, but I do have early ramp, and I have some really great just stompy cards, so I will still keep this hand. Uharis will be kind of dealing triple damage in a turn. He's got Vigilance, he's got Triple Strike, and he deals damage based on his power on the turn you cast him, or any turn that you have cast something from outside of hand. Ooh, with this draw, I could have done Eshki on turn 2. If I had started with the fetch. Usually a lot of good, like, tempo. A couple of things that, like, do impulse draws. Hedge Maze. Incinerate. Oh, Incinerator's so fun. I'm gonna keep Incinerator, even though it is a kind of high-risk card here. It's not a card that's, like, necessarily going to do much for me. Hey, Insane42, thank you for the sub. Happy pre-birthday, thank you. Oh, they're pondering. I could go straight for Anzrag next turn if I just want to be like, take those beats. Since it'll probably be like 2 turns and then Uharis gets nuts. Uharis can do like 15 damage in a turn. He's kind of wild. Do I think this is like bolt? Because like they could have bolted this. Ah, Anzrag. Do you know this is a 4-mana 8/4? Yeah. It's a good card. It's a big boy. And it makes this Galta nice and inexpensive. Holy moly, yep. It's a nice mole god. Is it allowed to put Ponder non-orb decks? I mean, if you have orbs, you just get, like, extra thoughts out of it. Okay, Fury to kill Anzrag feels very sane. RIP my turn 4 Galta Dreams. I wonder if they have a flicker or something, since they're holding priority here. Bonk. Fury to the grave. They still got 3 mana up. Wow, and they already had 6 cards in their graveyard. Actually, 7? Nice eyeball. Am I going for Revels or I'm going for Eshki? Eshki just straight up dies to Uharis. I think it's Revels. But yeah, that puts me in a very tough spot. Uharis can come down. Oh, this is Miguel O'Hara, by the way. Spider-Man 2099. I wonder if they'll give him a buff in haste. If they do, I'm blocking. And honestly, I should probably just block anyway, since this is gonna kill me. Ow. Giving him the, like, +3/+0 in haste is the nastiest. Wild Ride and stuff. No! Oh, I needed that for on-cast value. Well, at least I have a fish. You think Oculus is a cool card? It is a cool card. Roxanne with the Roxanne. That was an hydroponics architect. Neat. Yeah, I mean, this also has me on like a 3-turn clock. Expressive Iteration will put things outside of their hand to cast to trigger Uharis. Harbinger of the Seas. I do not have any basic red sources. But wait, you're not playing it? They're not playing it. Okay. Oh, there's other March 1st birthdays in the chat. Yay! Happy almost birthday! So Uharis won't be doing the damage in end step. Which means I am actually okay to just, like, chill a little. I'll just chump block with Fish. I don't really want to trade with Roxanne. They have a lot of first strike and damage there, though. They keep on manifesting. Like, I can hasty Galta at their face, but that does not win me the game. But it is kind of just, like, awesome. You know. Just saying. Let's get ready to revel. Yeah, I got some fun revels. This is not a good thing to earthbend. Because if it dies, you do not get anything back, because it is not a permanent. That does give me enough power and enough mana for Galta. Oh, but they were going to just subtly nudge that Galta back to the top of my library. Bird! Galta! And I will attack in with Roxanne. Hitting the Lootmonger. And trading, potentially. Yeah. Alright, so they had an invert polarity under there. They have one card in hand and one from outside of hand, which would trigger a Uharis. That's my Arcane Signet. If you earthbend an MDFC that's a creature on the front, it would die and come back as the creature that's on the front. Birds of Paradise, you are chump blocking. What do you hit here? Badger Mole Cub? Yep. They manifest dread. Do you think it's a counter spell or anything in their hand? We'll find out. I am going to exert just do it. They'll take 4. And then we tack in with both. And we're good? I think we're okay. Whew. Prototype X8. You fill up your graveyard in order to discount your commander. And then your commander will continue to fill up the graveyard by cloning your creatures. It is one heck of a creature. It also recently got buffed. It used to only reduce the cost by 1. Now it reduces by 2, but only costs 2 more to start. So I would say if you have a little bit of self-mill, some surveil, once they get a couple creatures in the graveyard, they will be going crazy with it. I have Wooded Foothills. I'm gonna go Badger Mole Cub on Plaza. Psychic Frog can freely discard things, also draw them cards, also get flying. Psychic Frog, why are you? Why are you? I'm planning on going Song of Seasons into Fanatic of Ronus this turn. More mana, more fun. Do I have any suggestions for a Heir Apparent commander? I've seen Delny quite a bit. I've seen the token doubling Elspeth. Hello? Time for frogs. They exile 3 non-creatures to give this flying so they can draw a card. Aw, Eel, thank you for the biddies. Happy early birthday, thank you. Scraps is gonna have to help me celebrate with all of her poofliness. I don't have enough to do it all here. Darn. Eshki, I'm gonna need you to hold the line. One, two, three. Oh, I could have actually held this back and held up Plaza of Heroes. That was the reason I animated it, was so I could get the Hexproof Indestructible. My bad. I forgot this taps for 2. I was just thinking, it doesn't tap for 4. Psychic Frog swings in. Yes, it does. Do I feel like chump blocking with Plaza? Nope. Monstrous Vortex with Eshki. Yeah, if you're building off like high power as a theme, you can totally do that. Prototype X8, and now they've got that doubling ability in play. Okay, so this is killing Starfield Vocalist and making a clone. Yeah, I feel like with the reworked Prototype X8, it pretty much will always cost 2 mana, which I'm not that big on. They have cheated out the Grief, which does mean that the 2 cards I kind of needed in my hand to go off are gone. Cirque and Goreclaw into Chandra's Incinerator was going to be a huge amount of damage and allow me to reflect the damage onto their creatures. Also, these are each double triggering. Thanks, Starfield. Yeah, if you warp something in with Prototype, you get the whole thing. It's just an artifact. Call that rapid prototyping. And this is a whole lot of nothing. And they sure do have an 8/8. You're getting quadruple griefed. Gonna make some canters. Canter of the Refrain is the one that comes back when you warp, right? When you cast a spell for its warp cost, return this card to the grave, from the graveyard to the battlefield. All right, go to blockers. Eshki here. And I like get the free block here. I don't think Cub Mana is gonna do much for me. And I can just replay Eshki. But I want to use the thing I got. It's cool. Yeah. Yeah, them hitting everything in my hand, all those creatures, cut off, like, Cirque and Goreclaw coming out, this getting haste, and me setting up kind of that, like, damage reflection engine. That's tough. Ooh, Cunning Azure Scale. Considered it for this deck, but being a 5/5 makes it a whole lot worse for Eshki. What's this for? I don't like it. Overwhelming remorse. Okay. Am I dead to damage next turn? No, but I ain't doing too hot.
My friend's kind of a big. Nature flows with vigor.
Well, I guess if they manage to draw enough cards before combat, then Psychic Frog could deal lethal. Just like, draw a ton of cards, discard a ton of cards. Hello, Mr. Buttlesworth. Allows them to put a card back into hand, and Bouncer. That would do it. have no hope to survive. Make my time. Is that Sephiroth I grabbed? Sephiroth killing the cloned undead butler, maybe? Certainly more damage. Oh, everything at Kiora. Not at my face. Okay. Bye, Kiora.
Feel like fighting anyway.
Hello, Sephiroth. Sacrificing creatures, drawing cards, making me lose life. Sacrificing creatures, drawing cards, making me lose life. Yeah, Kiora just healed me 14 damage. I love that for me. One swamp. The colors. Colors grabbing canters. Hello and goodbye, timeline color. That's all part of the same, bunch of cards that were from Edge of Eternity's Alchemy. That ain't gonna do it. Good game, here's a land. See you next time. Ugin, Eye of the Storm. They'll be ramping, I'll be ramping, and they'll also be exiling all my colored permanents. And, well, almost everything in my deck is a colored permanent. I will crack this open. Go for green and blue. Bam, this guy. I have to choose between my anime Llanowar elves and my boring old regular elvish mystic. Oh, Eldrazi Temple. Okay. Ramp. Wash Away would not counter the ability, but you know what? I'm gonna take it. I have all of like 2 counter spells in this deck. Ornithopter. I don't think I'd go for Eshki. I think I just go for kill this thing. If I can undo their ramp, I am slowing them down in a meaningful way. Also, now I have a Roxanne, who is incredible ramp. Okay, Torpor Orb. Creatures entering will no longer cause abilities. My commander is on cast, but there are enter the battlefield things in this deck. Doesn't stop artifacts though. Yeah, but it would stop like the Great Henge. Unfortunately. Do I still play it anyway? Just as like ramp? It only reduces the damage I'm dealing by like 2 this turn. Yeah, I know. And hopefully I just, like, go crazy and draw a bunch of big critters here. That's ramp. I want to make sure I'm leaving up blue. Roxanne helps a lot with that. You get a counter. Haste. Haste is the place. Had I drawn some big boys, that would have been cool. We don't have all his dust in arena. Don't worry, chat. No all his dusts. Elevator. I guess it's a big mana rock. Oh no. You ain't getting protection. You are getting the cat at your face. Aw, Metalwork Colossus. He's like, I'm free. Oh. You got a lot of little guys. I do have a lot of little guys. Another Prototype X8. Prototype X8 is very cool. I don't have the green here. I'm gonna throw this back. Prototype X8 recently got buffed, so it's much easier to reduce its cost. Its starting cost is a tiny bit higher, but that makes so little difference when it comes to the fact that it's gonna come down. It's huge and it doubles things. Oh gosh, I have no ramp here. If I can get a third land, Battle Crier will be sweet, so let's hope that I can surveil something useful. Land is useful. Land gets me Battle Crier or Ascendancy. I can start on turn 3 on the draw. It also usually has just great enter the battlefield since it duplicates them. Red-blue Surveil land. Thundering Falls. Ooh, Bristlebane Battler. I don't think I can keep you here. I'm sorry. I think playing the Temur Ascendancy first is probably safer. Oh, here we go. They're griefing. I think hitting maybe the Battle Crier, maybe the Ascendancy here. There are all these 3s that are like competing with Eshki. Yep, they hit Battle Crier. With Battle Crier hit, I will play the Ascendancy. Eshki's like, but what about me? Eshki, you die easy. Ooh, Unmarked Grave. I wonder if they're gonna put one of the cards that like clones itself into the graveyard. Yeah, they did! So now Prototype X8 just costs 2 mana. Time for a whale of a time. Yeah! Draw me a card. They snuffed out my whale. No, man, we gotta save the whales! Oh, and good news, I don't think that they have a blue source. Okay. Terror of the Peaks. Over Eshki Wash Away. Yeah, I'm drawing. They kept a hand that had, like, good kill thing, tutor thing. They unmarked grave. They got, like, Hoarding Broodlord in the graveyard if they get a reanimation spell. Got a Bajuka Bog. They got Dismember. Dismember would cost so much life to kill. Oh my god, don't. It costs 3 life to target it. Are you gonna shock that in and then go for the Dismember? You're gonna die! Man, y'all crazy. Not quite lethal. I don't have lethal on this. Oh, now I do. Right, because I can Cyclonic Rift that. Boop. It's a lot of life to pay, but the dragon needed to die. Uharis, the Storm Spinner. That's Spider-Man 2099. Out here, well, dealing a lot of damage. It's essentially a card with triple strike. I'm going to keep this hand because of the Hexing Squelcher, because I would say Uharis decks are typically filled with a lot of good tempo cards. I will throw down this Hinterland Harbor to start. Just get me a tapped green. Do I feel I need to ramp or squelch? I want to ramp. Edge Maze. Selvala. Ooh. Selvala's great, but against something that's going to have, like, small amounts of burn, I think it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Okay, Rahilda. She does crime. She does cast things from exile. I'm just gonna keep ramping. I'll put this into play. That into my graveyard. I don't need no fetches. Use a Squelcher. You hate this Blasphemous Act art? Yes. What's what we got? All right, Rahilda steals. Hawk! Hey, that's a pretty good one. I like how it shows my, like, number of lands there until they put it into play. If they play a Harris, by the way, they can kill the Squelcher. And on future turns that they attack with Rahilda, they'll get access to that. Firebrain Scheme, putting more cards into exile. They can't play this turn, though. You have to wait until turn 4, which I think this is turn 4? I'm gonna say, yeah, this is turn 4. Eshki. Surak. Now if you touch my stuff, I get stuff. The reason I have this art for Blasphemous Act is it's the only art of Blasphemous Act in Arena. Blurry picture of Aang. That's what it is. It's just a blurry picture of Aang. Do you think that's blasphemous? Yeah. I guess I'll block with Surak. Maybe I should double block, throw in like Eshki. In case they have like a bolt. I think this is fine though. It's like if Uharis kills him, they'll have to pay a bunch of life and I'll get some card draw. Bulk up. Makes sense. Get that Mox Amber, get that Polluted Delta down. And then use a Harris, I guess, to kill the Squelcher. Yeah, I don't even have to crack that Polluted Delta. They're doing it anyway. Do we get new Blasphemous Act art in Turtles? Do we? I'm trying to remember what's on the bonus sheet. Okay, so there is Blasphemous Act art in the Commander deck, but I don't know if they're bringing that art into Arena. Do I think I survive a turn? Go with yeah. You don't remember Blasphemous Act? Oh, maybe it's in the team up. I see the art of it right here. Let me see if I can It's got the TMC and the set symbol. Maybe they'll add it in. I feel like that Blasphemous Act art is better than this one. You remember the art? Maybe just like didn't register it as Blasphemous Act. So because of a Harris's, I like to call it triple strike, they might just have lethal this turn. We'll see. We'll see. Like another big buffer because he does like 15 damage on his own, assuming they play something from outside of their hand, like bulk up from the graveyard. If it's in the precon, you didn't even realize it was Blasphemous Act. Wild Ride brings him up to 15 damage. Cast it again. Maybe tap the Rahilda. Because right now they don't have the like after damage, I don't think. Because that wasn't from Party Thrasher, was it? There we go. They harmonize. They cast it again. And that's GG. They got oodles. Oodles of a woodles. He just deals straight up 8 damage to phase. It's asking if they want to stomp. Yeah. And 8 more! You know, just for good measures. Ajani Outland Chaperone spits out Kithkin tokens and can get you tons of little creatures and other permanents from the top of your deck. I have a Wash Away, I got a Battle Crier. I don't have early ramp, but I do have some sweet value a little later in. Hey, Nikki. Nikki, thank you so much for subscribing. I will... Yeah, Thornspire Bird. Probably should have gone for Steam Vents. Oh, never mind, Monkey. Am I hasting? I think I'm hasting. Go, my Ragavan! Oh, Curse of Silence. Yeah, that's funny. Hello? Hi! Ajani Outland. Oh, it was on there. Oh, and thank you. You didn't just subscribe. You subscribed for the next 6 months. Well, thank you. And Grickshaft gifted a sub to Why Not. Thank you. Thank you. Do I go for Eshki? Or Battle Crier? I'll play Eshki. There's some removal in mono white, and hopefully they just don't have it here. Your Get Lost, your Swords to Plowshares, your Apparitions. Okay. Voice of Victory, they're drawing cards. I guess I'll block some of this damage. That's a nice little card draw engine between those two. I think I'd like to bring out Selvala or go for the Battle Crier and Ragavan. Well, that works too. I'll kill Welcoming Vampire. I'm not really a deck that's casting things on my opponent's turns. I'm much more of a sorcery speed deck. Like, yeah, I have 2 whole counter spells in the deck. Is this a board wipe coming up? Ayo, Judgment. I guess when you have a Planeswalker commander, that's pretty easy to do. I know what I have. Ragavan at your face. Ganjo. Ragavan return. You wanna play Ajani yet? Gonna kill Selvala. They're recruiting. They could get removal off this. They could get just like some good tech. They could get stuff that buffs. There's a lot of very good cards that all fit the criteria of Recruiter of the Guard. Thelia! Ooh, no, that's just a menace. That dog's a monster! Just trust me when I say that. Going for Borborygmos and Fibblethip draws me cards. Also throws lands. Yeah, I'll throw a land at Recruiter so you don't have a thing to blink. Yes, I would like to draw a card. Okay, Prismatic. Okay, I need to manually tap, I think, because otherwise it does... Yep, it does this. Eshki. Monkey. Them flashing at the Thelia here at least gives me some, like, assurance that they don't plan on wiping the board. Unless I just top decked one. They're saying good game. Nice. The might of the beast will take them out. Kefka, Court Mage, makes both players discard and draws cards based on the types of cards that they've dropped. Also, in Grist's colors, has access to counter spells, kill spells, and a bit of burn. Also, like, the card advantage is built into their commander is huge. I do see that turn 1 monkey, and I do know fear. That's ramp. That's crime. That's all sorts of dastardly things. I will take some damage, play my Hobbit, and do I prioritize the Halfling or killing the Ragavan? I'm gonna go for killing the Ragavan. Yeah, tough choice there. Ooh, Baleful Strix. This is a multi-typed card, which is really good to discard for Kefka. I said Kefka? That's not right. Get that monkey out of here. Strix swings. I'll play human. Bring out Eshki. Can't be countered. Use the Bloom Tender to cast Song of Seasons. Put the Forest into play, assuming it's an untapped one. It is. Drop Catacombs. And then play Birds of Paradise, getting a counter. Hives, thank you for the sub. Next turn, I can go for the Warped or Full Cost Vestige. Ideally, I'd be warping it first, even though it's less damage to set up, just because the trigger is good. And then I can cast it again for more Eshki triggers. Yay, more Eshki triggers. Unless I'm getting, like, I don't know, Toxic Deluged. Oh, Bitter Triumph. Okay, so they're just reducing my mana. And stealing the Bloom Tender. They have a 3-mana commander that doesn't share any of these colors. Yeah, they're so right to do this. Terror of the Peaks draws me a card, but sets me up for just like some big nasty damage. Ooh, Clothis. Yeah. Yeah, this will tap for 4 mana. Hello, Kefka. I don't need no stinking fanatics. They draw 2. J Taro! Thank you for the 3-month resub. Okay, you are a creature. I had to double check. Gotta bop that Bloom Tender. Are they gonna kill Terror of the Peaks in response? It does cost a little life. I do love that it plays the Kefka laugh when he enters. Like, that's such a nice touch. Dismember! Not cool, this isn't even a guy. I could go for Blasphemous Act. I could go for Vestige. I'm going for Anticausal Vestige. I draw a card. I was 1 land short of being able to bring in a Tali. Oh, wow. Activating the Kefka. That Been a while since I've seen that. I'm actually just gonna drop this Bloodstained Mire. Hi, Kefka. They're gonna get a lot of cards. But I think casting a Tali kills them. So I cast either the Vestige or a Tali. And then Eshki's just like, hey, 7 damage at your face. Nice. Vivi, who taps for mana since it's been changed slightly for this format. I have an Exploration in hand, but only 2 lands total, which means I think this is a dud of a hand. I'm gonna throw it back. I got Fanatic. I got Temur Ascendancy. I like it. I like it. I'll start with a tap land, and they're gonna be doing some serious spell slinging. And with this Vivi, abilities and spells that untap him mean that you can get in so much mana in a single turn. You can tap him multiple times a turn. It's terrifying. Oh, hey, Agent of Rafine. That steals things from me. You trying to tell me that you got some sort of, I don't know, wash away? I think they got a wash away. I will go for blue, red. Love that for me. Dreamtide Whale. This now taps for 4, so I can Anticausal Vestige. Proliferate! Past the end step. And it's gonna do some stuff. So, like, they shocked us. So I think that, yes, they probably did have Wash Away, and they were like, oh, she's gonna slam it. Nah, I got Fanatic Aronis. I wanted extra mana. I'm gonna put Temur Ascendancy into play. Make my whale fast. Didn't play Vivi there. Still not gonna go for Eshki. I think I'm going for Defiler. Actually, yeah. Defiler of Vigor. They could cast a full cost Wash Away on this, or any other counter spell. Of course I want to draw a card. I love drawing cards. Paying life. Getting counters. Proliferating said counters. Okay, they're miscalculating my Eshki. Oh, that's gorgeous, though. Do I feel like throwing down the Battler here? It's a green spell. It makes these deal like 20 damage. Ashling the Limitless. She's going to be cheating in elementals for 4 mana, evoking them, cloning them, and potentially keeping around the clones. But mostly Ashling's here to just do some cool elemental stuff. I also built a Ashling deck. She's weird because if you build it wholly around like elementals, there is some synergy between elementals. There's like elemental ability doublers and stuff, but there's not that much interplay between them. You can build it as lands because a lot of them care about lands, or you just get silly with it and be like, yeah, Ashling, she's cool. I'm gonna bring out Shroud Stomper. To which you might be thinking, what the heck is Shroud Stomper? Don't worry about it. Ooh, am I just going for Eshki this turn? Over ramp. I think I'm just ramping, actually. Like, I'm playing Bloom Tender. Gives me a potential double spell the next turn. Like Topiary and Eshki. Not in the other order. I didn't mean to keep that on top. That's fine. More lands, more fun. Eshki. We got mana. Drawing cards. getting more lands. The good green stuff. Next turn, we could have a hasty Clothis. That would be nice. And hasty Fanatic pays for itself. Yeah, I had ramp. They did not. My Ashling deck, I think I put in a ton of turn 1 ramp to try to get the Ashling on turn 2 and then the Evoke on turn 3. Elemental on that Eclipsed Realms. Yeah, Temur Ascendancy when it was in Standard was very stompy. Alright, here comes Ashling, and here comes everything. I'll tap this. Tap. Get in this. Eshki gets a little bigger. Use you for mana in case we draw some more goodies. And I did. Bristlebane will deal damage, draw cards, all of that. Yes. I love draw cards. More. More, but just a little more. See what's on top of the deck. Arrow. I do not have enough mana to escape it from the graveyard, nor enough stuff to escape it from the graveyard. Eshki and Clothis, get on in there. Combo piece. This. Oh, Temur's Sabertooth. I was like, why would Temur Ascendancy be indestructible? No, you're talking about the Temur Sabertooth deck from Tarkir Standard. Alright, let's see what they got. They can evoke out any elemental and get it to enter the battlefield multiple times. What's the most impactful one that they could do on this? Ooh, I know which one. The alchemy one that gives -1/-1 counters. It would obliterate my board. No, but this is Gigantha, who dies but can stick around by tapping to pay for its own ability. Sunderflock. Yeah, if they had a Sunderflock, it would have bounced all these. You gotta pay 5. Do I have lethal with them at 4? Yeah, I think so. I think I do. Don't need to play that Oro. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars, and thank you, Eshki, for doing what Eshki does. If you're wondering, hey, why did I rebuild an Eshki deck? The answer to that is people on YouTube asked me to. I had put up a, hey, what deck do you want to see me rebuild before we start TMNT? And a bunch of people said Eshki. So here she is, and she's still really cool. I think that this deck is super fun. I do think we got really cool new tools for it, and I enjoy getting to play Temur Stompy, which is why this video is kind of long, because, I mean, I like playing Temur Stompy, and you probably do too. And if you want to see my deck list, you can find it in the description of the video. If you have another suggestion for decks for me to brew, please let me know. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles does have a ton of legends, but not all of them make very interesting commanders. So if you have a commander you'd like to see revisited with the new cards, like, say, Genova, because we're getting 1 million new mutants, please let me know in the comments, because I will be doing some brewing with the new set. But I know turtles aren't to everybody's taste, so we're also going to be revisiting some old commanders too. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.